we're going to do is deal with 13 part 1 first. Now, what you're going to notice is to do 13 part 1, we're going to need, we're going to need the first derivative, which is the blue part, and then we're going to need the second derivative, which is the yellow part. And then we're going to need the green part, which is y, which is the original amount. Okay, so let's see what happens here when we differentiate. So y equals x cubed minus 1x plus 2. Differentiate, and what we do is we bring the 3 to the front, it becomes 3, take 1 away from the power, 3x squared. Minus 1x, just drop the x, come minus 1, regular number, drop it. Alright, now we're going to do the second derivative. We have d2y dx squared. Okay, so the second derivative is bring the 2 to the front to get 6x, and then the 1 turns to a 0, so the second derivative is 6x. Let's go back to the original equation and fill in the information. Well, y is x cubed minus x plus 2. dy dx is 3x squared minus 1. And then the second derivative, which is the yellow one, is simply 6x. Add them all together. X cubed minus 1x plus 6x is plus 5x. 3x squared is on its own. And then we have plus 2 take away 1 is plus 1. And therefore we've proved that those sides are equal to each other. Let's keep going. Alright guys, now we're on 13 part 2. And what we're going to do with 13 part 2 is the same deal. We're going to we need the second derivative and we need the first derivative. So it's going to be y equals 3x squared plus 2x. The second derivative. To y dx is bring the 2 to the front to get 6x, take 1 away from the power, differentiate 2x just to get 2. And then we're going to have the second derivative, differentiate 6x to get 6, and differentiate 2 to get nothing. Now, we're going to have to replace y with 3x squared plus 2x. We then got to replace the second derivative, dy2 dx squared with 6. And then it's minus 3x times the first derivative, which is 6x plus 2. And that's minus 6x. And we want to prove that it all equals 0. So 6 multiplied with that is 18x squared. 6 multiplied with 2x is 12x. Minus 3 multiplied with 6x is minus 18x squared. Minus 3x multiplied with 2 is minus 6x. That's minus 6x as well. And look, it all cancels to 0. 18x squared take away 18x squared is 0. And 12x take away 6x take away another 6x is 0. So we've proved it equal to 0. That's it, verified. So that's question 13 done. Now we're on to question 14. Once again, a very similar question to question 13. If y equals 4x cubed minus 6x squared, we need to get the second derivative, because you can see they need the second derivative here, and we need the first derivative here. So first of all, what is the first derivative? Bring a 3 to the front, multiply by the 4, and we get 12x squared. Bring the 2 to the front, take 1 away from the power, you get 12x. And then you do the second derivative, d2y dx squared. And you go 2 times 12 is 24x, take 1 away from the power. And then what do we have when you differentiate minus 12x? You just get minus 12. Okay. Next thing we gotta do is we gotta throw all this into the calculator. Okay. So we got x squared multiplied by the first derivative, which x squared multiplied by the second derivative, which is 24x take away 12, minus 2x into the first derivative, which is 12x squared minus 12x, and then take away 12x squared. And we have to prove this equals 0. So we're going to get 24x cubed minus 12x squared when we multiply that out. Then we're also going to get a minus 24x cubed plus a 24x plus 24x squared, I believe. Now that's minus 12x squared. The 24x cubes cancel. Oh, sorry, my fault. The 24x cubes cancel, which is these two. And then the 24x squared cancels the minus 12x squared and minus 12x squared to become 0. Alright guys, now we're on to the next one with 14 part 2. So, y equals x squared minus 3x plus 2. We're going to need the first derivative and the second derivative. So the first derivative is 2x minus 3. The second derivative is when you differentiate the 2x, you get 2, and the 3 turns into nothing. Now, what does it want from me? Well, it wants me to square the first derivative. So the first derivative is 2x minus 3. It wants me to square that. Then it wants me to do 2 times y. Now remember what y is. If y is that, 2y must be this. Okay? And to be really coy about it, what would minus 2y be? Actually, we'll do that in a second. So minus bracket 2x squared minus 3x plus 2. And then we're going to multiply that by the second derivative, which is 2. And this all has to equal 1, we're hoping. So this is 2x minus 3 by 2x minus 3. And then we're going to see that 2 at the back. We can take that to the front. So see this 2 here? I'm just going to scribble it out and put it at the front. Minus 2 multiplied by 3 is the same thing as minus 3 multiplied by 2. It doesn't matter which one I move besides the minus sign, okay? So that's essentially the trick I was doing there, wasn't it, Brian? Yes, it was. Now, we're going to multiply this out to get minus 4x squared plus 6x, take away 4, and that equals to 1. Then we're going to multiply out these double brackets to get 4x squared, take away 6x, take away 6x, plus the 9 equals minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4 equals 1. Now we've got to prove it equals 1. So let's see what we got here. Well, this 6x takes out that 6x. Now what else are we looking for here? Oh, I made a mistake with 2y. That's meant to be, sorry guys, I made a mistake there. That should be minus 6x plus 4. That's my fault. So this should be minus 6x plus 4. Which makes this whole thing, what's it, plus 12x. So 2 times 2x squared is 4x squared. Minus 2 times minus 6 is plus 12x. And minus 2 times minus 4 is minus 8. So that's my bad there. So just fix that up a bit more. Now, the 4x squareds cancel. The minus 6x minus 6x is minus 12x. Minus 12x cancels with plus 12x. And 9 take away 8 is 1. So we get 1 equals 1. And we've proven 14. Okay. Now question 15. This one's really easy. F dash x is the first derivative, which is going to be bring the 3 to the front, take 1 away from the power, get rid of the 1. Okay. Then differentiate twice. So bring 2 to the front, multiply by 3 to get 6x. And then also the difference between f double dash x and f double dash a is that you replace x with a. So f double dash a is going to be 6a. And that's you done. So 13, 14, and